Here I am. And a quick introduction, this is Felix, my friend from Sweden.
Hello, hello.
Because he lives in the EU, I don't. I live in the United Kingdom. Some people in Sweden don't want to send their watches to the UK. And this is my middleman, who will then I'll send some things to. And now he's come to the UK, so he's brought some of the things I bought. And we have some very cool stuff that's come in. So cut to the chase, we'll show one of the first watches I got, and that is this. Let's split this around, and you probably get a better view from this side. It's a Revue Sport Nautique. It'll have a caliber 77, which I have a movement review on, mitco.co.uk, and the dial is fantastic. You don't always get them with such a nice dial as this. I'm very happy with that. And you have the early super compressor case back on this. So this has a super compressor case. You can see so we can get that into focus there. You'll have the Revue logo and the crisscross pattern. So that's an original crown as well. And with a fantastic dial. So that's a win. While we're on the, let's see, put us back here, while we're on the Revue Nautic, I did get another one as well, so we'll see that. I think it's in this box. Turn it around the right way around. Did I have it in here? Oh, here it is. I got two Revue Nautiques, so this is the other one. I'll turn this around so you can see it. That's the other one. So this is a later version. No Revue logo, but a crisscross super compressor crown. And this has the little mermaid case back. And somebody's had a good time trying to open that. As you can see, there's plenty of scratches trying to open that case back, unfortunately. But this is the later version. The one I just showed you is the earlier version. It will also be dated on the inside. So I reckon this is about 1966, and this will be about 1963, 62, 61, something like that. But yeah, but these are two super compressor cased Revue Sport Nautiques. Very solid, nice watches. I like them. Very good, good movement as well. The caliber 77. So Felix, which one of these would you wear?
I would prefer this one.
This one, you would go for the older style.
Yeah.
So
how about you?
I like both of them, but I do really like this. I like the eggshell finish of the dial.
Yeah.
With the gold is really nice, and it's got a very nice bezel to it as well. But I think this one, the other one, will come up much nicer when you get a new crystal on it, because it's fairly, the crystal's putting this down quite a bit. But yeah, two very nice Revue super compressors, and I'd want to look out for if you can find one. They're quite rare, but they got super robust cases, and yeah, I like them. So if you go on my website, you'll find a few. I think I got a service person one, and I'll definitely got one a few I've sold before, so you can get photos of the case backs. But yeah, definitely something I'll pick up, and I have. So Felicia Celine, that's a pretty nice watch. Yeah, I agree. It's a very nice watch. I think fantastic. Right, what's next? We got one watch which is for my friend James. I'm not going to show that because I haven't asked him, but I have something very similar which I have gotten, and I do like my Alpinas. So you can't really focus on that. So we're going to turn ourselves around again. And this is a Alpina with a caliber 592. So this, in my eyes, is one of the kind of perfect 1950s, late 1940s dial. You have the vinyl record kind of finishing in the center. You got the two-tone, and you have the Marcus, which is fantastic, and it has the signed crown, which is very rare, and these have a Borgel case. So these cases, they also case maker for Patek Philippe, so you'll find pretty much identical case on the Patek Philippe, but of course completely different price range. So I've actually owned two of these in the past. One's gone to my good friend James Vincent, and another one's gone to another client, which I was not going to sell it, but then this one came up and we made a deal on the other one. So we probably have, I've never seen any others. I've seen those three and they've all been with me because I absolutely love this design. What do you think, Felix? So what you'd wear?
Yes, this is actually more of a favorite for me
Yeah,
compared to the ones that you showed before. This is
more your
very
style.
beautiful.
Yeah, no, I think these are really nice.
Yeah.
While we're on the Alpina section, I do believe I have some more Alpinas. I've got 3 more Alpinas. That's something they seem to have sold a lot of in Sweden. And what I really like about them, they're all screw back, case back. So we have, I'll show you a close up. So we've got this one, and this one. We'll pop this around so you can actually see the dial. So this is center second, where somebody's tried to clean the dial. But I actually got this for the case of movement because I have a new all stock black dial. So now I finally have the correct case and everything else for this model. So that's great. So even though that, I guess you could use that dial, but if you have a new all stock black dial, I think you'd probably go with that. So that's finally getting a home. So I'm very happy with that. So more of a complete watch is this one, which again has a fantastic dial. That's a little bit of aging there, but that is a grey dial that's it's got a little bit of age to it in the middle, and you have the black outer ring. The luminous compound on the hands has completely fallen off and is loose in the case, so I've got to be quite careful with that. That will be radioactive. I wouldn't want to inhale that, so again, need to be a little bit careful when I take this apart, but this is going to be a beautiful watch with a new crystal in the service and everything else. Might even be a keeper. I think this is a really elegant, nice looking watch, and they have the very distinct curved lugs, which is not something you see very often on watches. I do believe there's been kind of some retro watches with the same design, but this is one of the originals. Again, Bourgail case. Got the Bourgail crown there. Very, very nice watch. Bit more of a standard Alpina. This is kind of how you'll find them. Not too much fancy on the dial or anything, but it's very clean, very nice. Again, Bourgail case. It's just quality. And caliber 592. I've done a movement review on the website. Well worth checking out and having a look at. Very, very nice, clean dial. This will come up lovely with a service. So excited about that. Which one of these Alpinas would you wear, Felix? Would you go for the black and the tuxedo dial?
I would go for this one.
That's Felix's choice, fair enough.
But that one is very cool as well.
This is close second. It's always nice with a bit of coloured dials. I'd probably go with this one. I really like that. We have a couple more watches. This was bought together with another watch, which is just a junk watch for parts. It's a Lagonda, Swedish brand, standard AS movement, but quite big case on that. I think that's about 35mm maybe. I might have a nice dial for it, so we'll see. We might salvage this one. Looks expensive. Oh, this one's not expensive, it's very cheap. Let's look at something else. Sometimes I buy parts, so I've got a bag of Longines parts, which is fantastic. We'll categorize that. And if we go on Watch Parts, which is the site we have here in the UK, we list our spare watch parts. Good place to go and check out if you need some difficult parts to find. It's a bit of a communal watchmaker thing. Watch-wise, we have one of my favorite movements, and that's a Cyma. This is with the 586. Let's turn this around so you can see the dial. These have a fantastic movement. This one's pretty good case. They're usually stainless steel, no, plated. Unfortunately, they're quite difficult. I have seen a couple of in stainless steel. I think this is plated, but that doesn't matter because the movements are absolutely gorgeous. I think I'll go and get the case knife. I'll show you. Just give me a second. I'll get the case knife and we'll open this one up. So we're just going to pop the back off. Get the groove. Where's the groove? Sometimes people put these case backs on the groove the wrong direction, but that's fine. So that's the case back, and that's stainless steel back. So yeah, it's plated. I can see that as well, but very good condition. What it is, let's pop that around so you can have a look at the movement. And the caliber 586 is one of my favorite movements. Look how nice that is. This is an earlier version, non-shock protected. Later ones had the Simaflex shock protection. But if you look at the beveled finish on the ratchet and winding wheel, and the you see little details, there you can see the little slot indicating that it's a left-hand screw. All the jewels are in chatons. Court de Geneve finishing is very high quality. You can see the way it reflects in the light. High polished screws. You have pelage underneath the balance. Just an overall fantastic movement. I reckon this watch is probably from around between 1946 to 1952 or something around there. Really, really nice movement. I do a movement review on these. I score them quite highly because they are great and they're really nice and a bit under the radar. I've heard a lot of people that make semi-custom watches or with complications. They use these as a base just because they are in good condition. Usually when they're serviced and not worn out, they keep pretty much close to chronometer rating in terms of timekeeping. So they're just very nicely made. I would say nicer than the contemporary Rolexes from that time period. You know, some people would argue with that, but I think these are a step up in terms of finish and where they're made. Quite a big movement as well, so you end up having quite a big case. Very, very nice. But this one, as you could probably see earlier, has the wrong minute hand. Fortunately, I have a few donors who have the correct hand, so we'll put this together just the way it should be. Anything more? I do have bits and bobs. Got an original crown for the Mania 30 or Omega 33.3, which is handy with the stem. Got a couple of new old stock cases, which I do have some of these. That's just a little something you don't see very often. It's for Junghans caliber 93, I think. So this is a plated little case, but they do have some nice dialed versions, and that's just a new old stock case. I couldn't say no. It was very, very cheap, which helps. Here's one. I didn't know what I was buying. I bought a Citizen. Let's turn that around. And this one I bought because I thought it was a big funky watch, but it's actually a tiny or smallish watch. It's a lady's watch. So, but still very cool UFO kind of case. I think I'll serve that and put it up for the service price. If somebody would like a nice ladies automatic, that will be, they're great movements, great watches, so why not? One last watch, which I find is probably one of my favorites of the whole lot, and that is a Suma Water Sport. I'm going to turn this around, I like the bracelet as well. Unfortunately, it's quite small, so it's a bit too small for my wrist, but there you go. Turn that around, and that is a lovely patina on that dial. That's a Suma Water Sport, very, very early one, so probably pre-1950 or around 1950. I don't know exactly when they will. They will have a very nice movement in this caliber 414, which I have a movement review on the website, which you can check out. And just look at the color on the luminous compound on the dial. The printing's really nice, and yeah, it's just a really nice watch. Cool case back as well. You can see this is the wider one. Very, very nice watch. Again, I do like these early watches with a black/grey dial two-tone. It's very, very cool. This one has a bit of age to it. Patina's come on. So if anybody enjoyed the video, please comment, let me know. That's good. I haven't had too many live visitors, but whoever's come on and had a look, you're very welcome. And if you want, feel free to comment which one is your favorite, which watch would you wear. What about you, Felix? Which one of these would be your, if you were to pick one out and bring it home?
I think it's quite clear now that this is my favorite.
That's your favorite, yeah?
Yeah. How about you?
It's very hard. I think for me, that one is, of course, quite obvious, but I also really like the look of this one, which is the two-tone Alpina, and I really like the Suma. Which, let's see what you get. So it's either this one or this one. Which one? It's very, very hard to tell, but it's very difficult. I might go for this one. I just love that crisp black line around with the perfect luminous markers. This one will look a lot nicer when I restore the luminous markers on it. You can see the remnants of the luminous compound on the bottom there. That's shaking around in there. So again, got to be careful taking it apart. But I think for me, this might be a keeper. I think that's a fantastic looking dial with the patina and everything. Anyway, hope you enjoy that. Till next time, that's me with Felix's commentary. And hope you have a great Easter and a weekend and all that stuff. And catch you later. Bye.